Good morning, students. In the yesterday class, we finished the first part of the lesson. In that, we talk about the nutrition, different modes of plant nutrition, how the plant prepare the food, and some activities they are given: activity 1, activity 2, and activity 3, activity 4. In all three activities, they given experiment which shows that sunlight is necessary for the preparation of the food in the plants. First activity, second activity, and the third and the fourth. Without the sunlight, how the plants will be looks like they cannot prepare the food, and without the activity 2 shows that in that where the patches are there, in that pale green, that greenish color will be dull, showing that the photosynthesis not takes place in that area because of a sunlight is not fall on that. And the third activity also, in the dark room you kept the one pot, and in the sunlight you kept the one pot. The sunlight kept pot will be having very graceful and very healthy, and all green leaves are there. In the dark room we have in that we have the pale color leaves. And you done the experiment in the 6th standard that protein taste starch. When you done the starch, this second part shows the preparation of its starch not takes place. Okay, same thing here in the activity 4. Stomatas are responsible for the preparation of the exchange of the gases. You know that all the green plants are factories of synthesizing the oxygen and the food. That oxygen is necessary for our respiration. Okay. Here, today's topic, we can check point 1 is there. In that, state the following sentences, true or false. First one, A. Carbon dioxide is released during the photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide is released during the photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide is released or oxygen is released during the photosynthesis? Okay, carbon dioxide taken and oxygen is released. This statement will be false. You have to write false. A1 is false. Second, B. Plants which synthesize their own food are called saprophytes. Okay. If the plants which prepare their own food means what we are calling that autotrophs, not a saprophyte, no? So the second B option also false. Option B false. Option A also false. Come to the C statement. The product of photosynthesis is not a protein. The product of photosynthesis is not a protein. The product of photosynthesis is what? Oxygen and the glucose. Glucose is carbohydrate. Carbohydrate, not a protein. No? Here also the product of photosynthesis is not a protein. Correct. This statement is correct. It is a carbohydrate, not a protein. Okay. That is true. Third statement is true. Come to the fourth one, D. Solar energy is converted into chemical energy during the photosynthesis. This also true. The chlorophyll trap the solar energy in the form of chemical energy during the photosynthesis. So D true. Okay. D also true. Come to the E. Glucose is transported through protein. Here E1, glucose is transported through protein. It is false. Why? Means glucose is transported through phloem, not a protein. That vascular bundle is there, no? Phloem. Okay. This is false. Once A1 is false, B1 is false, C1 is true, D1 is true, and E1 is false. Okay. Are you understand? Okay. Come to the next. Choose the correct options. Which part of the plant releases oxygen during the photosynthesis? Which part releases the oxygen? Stomatos. Through the stomato, the exchange of gases will be takes place. It give out the absorbs oxygen and releases the oxygen. Absorbs the carbon dioxide and releases the oxygen. In A, choose the correct answer. stomata. Second one stomata. Okay. Come to the second one, B. Plants take in carbon dioxide from the atmosphere mainly through their leaves. Exchange of gases takes place through the leaves. Plants take in carbon dioxide and from the atmosphere mainly through their what? Leaves. Through the leaves. Second one, B1, fourth, leaves. Choose the correct answer, fourth one. Okay. Next, come to the C. The substance which the organism obtain from the surroundings to derive energy for its mechanical and growth is known as, what you call it as that food? The substance which organism obtain from the surrounding to derive energy for its maintenance and the growth. What you are calling that? Nutrients. The plants take in, see, the substance which the organisms obtain from the surroundings for maintenance and the growth is known as what? Nutrients. Is known as nutrient. D. The process by which green plants obtain their nutrition. The process, what you are calling that process by which green plants derive their nutrition is called photosynthesis. From which process they are synthesizing their food? They are taking the nutrition, they are not taking from others, they are taking the nutrition from themselves, they are preparing own. So that process is called what? Photosynthesis. D1, third. Once again you can glance here, choose the correct answer. First one, 2, second, tomato. The B1, leaves, fourth option. C1, nutrient, first option. C1, nutrient, first option. D, the process in which green plant derive their own nutrition, that is photosynthesis. Third option, photosynthesis. Why is, okay, this is about the true or false, and the second main is choose the correct option. Here again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 question answers are there. Already you know about this. Why is nutrition is essential for us for maintenance and survival of our survival of our life. What is the definition of nutrition? The substance which gives the energy to maintain our body and to our survival, to growth. That substance is called nutrition. Okay. Give 2 characteristic features of autotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition characters. What the first one? They are preparing their own food. Okay. They take the carbon dioxide and absorb the water and minerals from the, in the presence of sunlight. They prepare their own food. This like we have to write the question and answers. Okay. 4, 1, 2, 3, 5 question answers there. You know already what is the raw material of autotrophic nutrition, means photosynthesis. What are the raw materials? That is carbon dioxide and water. And name the byproduct, glucose and the oxygen. Photosynthesis byproduct have oxygen and the glucose. You know all these in the previous section also. You can write these 5 question and answers your own. Okay, this is about your checkpoint. Okay, come to the second part of the lesson, heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Already we discussed about that. What is hetero? Auto means self, they are synthesis the food. Troph means synthesis of food. Hetero means different, and troph means refers to synthesis, refers to food. Here different mode of taking the food. Different mode of taking the food is called heterotroph. And the organisms which are taking the food from different ways, those are called heterotrophs. and this process is called heterotrophic nutrition. This process is called heterotrophic nutrition. All the heterotrophs depends directly or indirectly for the food and energy requirements. Okay, you know that already. All the heterotrophs depend directly or indirectly on the autotrophic organism for their food and energy requirement. All the living organisms, heterotrophs, directly or indirectly they depend on the autotrophs, means green plants. There are some plants are there which cannot prepare their own food. They cannot prepare. Why? Means they don't have the chlorophyll, and thus they cannot manufacture their own food. Such plants depend on the food prepared by the other green plants. These plants are called heterotrophic mode of nutrition. All plants they prepare the food, but some plants are there, they are not prepared the food. Why? Means they are not having chlorophyll in the leaves. That type of, they take the food from the other plants and other animals also. So those are called heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay. Here, according to the mode of nutrition, we divide, classified the plants into different types. What are those types? First one is parasitic plants. Second one, saprophytic plants. Third one, symbiotic plants. And fourth one is insectivorous plants. You already learned about parasites and saprophytes, symbiotic and insectivorous. In detail you can discuss about this. Okay. Okay, come to the parasitic plants. Here, parasitic plants means they take the food and shelter from the other plants, the host plants. These plants get their food from another green plant known as the host. Parasitic plants suck the sap from the stem of the host using the special parasitic roots called as Astoria. Okay, Astoria is penetrate into the host tissue and make the connection with the conducting elements of the host and draw the nourishment. Only parasitic plant benefit from the relationship and host dies. Eventually, such a mode of nutrition is called parasitic nutrition. Here what happens? They take the food from the other plant. They take the food and support from the other plant. That other plant is called as the host. In the picture you can see one plant is there, that another creeper plant that surrounded through them. You can see cucumber is there and bottle gourd is there. These like creepers, they take the support. Only they take the support. Here some plants are there, they take the support and also they take the food from the supported plant. That supported plant is called host, and another plant which is depend on that is called a parasitic plant. How the Osteria penetrates means how they are cilia, like hair-like structures are there for the parasitic plant. They penetrate these Osteria into the host plants. Host plant in ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಗೆ ಅವೇನು ಸುತ್ತಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾವ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಫುಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸಕ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಎಸ್ಟೋರಿಯಾ ಪೆನೆಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ ಅಂಡ್ ಮೇಕ್ ದ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡ್ರಾ ದ ನರಿಶ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅದು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಸೈಟಿಕ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಗೆ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಆಗೋ ತರ ನೋಡುತ್ತೆ. ದೀಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ eventually they take the food from the host, and such mode of nutrition is called parasitic mode of nutrition. What are the common examples for the parasitic mode of nutrition? That is Cuscuta and another one Arboci and Viscum. These are the some plants which cannot prepare their food. They do not have chlorophyll in their body, and thus they get all their food from the host plants. Let a study about the here. Here the pictures given here down. How the Cascota plant is there. How they take the food from the host plant. A picture showing the Astoria in the Cascota. How these plants take the food from the host. Cascota can be identified by its thin stem with the leaves reduced to minute scales. That is a thin stem and it is a minute scale-like structures are there, the leaves. It attaches itself to the adjacent plant and wraps itself around it. If the host contains food beneficial to the Cascota, the latter produces Astoria that penetrates conducting system of the host. First it will take the support. After that it takes the food through the penetrates, or you can call it as Astoria. The hair-like structures are there. It will go through the stem of the host and absorb the food. One Cascota plant can be attached to a number of host plants such as alfalfa, clover and potatoes, chrysanthemum, dahlia, iva and petunia. These are the some host plants from these plants. These are the Cascota plants take the shelter and the food. Another one, Arbomia. This is also a broom wraps or root parasitic of wide range of plants having broad leaves. They lack of chlorophyll and appear above the ground only when they are flowers. When they flower like a Cascota. Here see, you can see here, this is like a yellowish color grass like structure. They don't have chlorophyll. They also take the food from the host. What are the host plants for this? Pea, bean, lentil, tomato, potato and capsicum, lettuce. These are the some host plants for the Arbomia. Cannot make their own food by photosynthesis. It does not have chlorophyll. It obtains all its nutrition from the host plants. Its long-leaved seeds germinate in response to the chemicals coming out from the roots of its potential host plants. Long-leaved seeds ಹೆಂಗಿದಾವ, ಉದ್ದವಾಗಿ ಎಲೆಗಳ ತರ ಇದೆ. It germinates in response to the chemicals coming from the host plant. Host plant ಇಂದ ಬರೋ roots ಇಂದ absorb ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು chemicals ಇಂದ it will germinate. Does not emerges above the ground but forms a ostomium connection it to the root of the host. This develops into the tissue integrated into the host root. It will create a ostoria, means hair-like structure. It will penetrate to the host plant or the stem or the roots and get the food from the host plant and it will develop. Okay, this is about a parasitic mode of nutrition. Another one they given here, viscum, another type of plant. It is a viscum. How it grows? It grows in the branches of the dried and big plant. ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮರಗಳು ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲ ಮರಗಳು ಒಣಗಿದ ಟೊಂಗೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಗೂಡು ತರ ಇದು ಕಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಗೂಡು ತರ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ. This is a evergreen parasitic shrub. It is a not a herb, it is a shrub that grows high up in the branches of the old tree. ಹಳೆಯ ಗಿಡಗಳ ಒಂದು branches ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಟೊಂಗೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೇನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. The plant extracts its essential nutrient and water by sending out roots into the bark of the host trees. How it extracts the nutrients? By sending the root into the bark. ತನ್ನ ಬೇರುಗಳನ್ನು ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಇದು? ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ತನ್ನ ಬೇರುಗಳನ್ನು? ಅದರ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್? ದ ಕಾಮನ್ ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ mistletoe is apple tree. Though it can also grow another trees that have soft bark like a oak, chestnut, black poplar and various other fruit trees. The host plant of Westcombe is the apple tree, soft bark trees like a oak tree, okay, black poplar tree. Like these trees are the host of the parasitic plants. Okay. We can discuss about the saprophytes and symbiotic plants and insectivorous plants in the next video. Checkpoint 1, what I given, you have to read and write in your notes, and 5 question answers you have to write and send a photocopy of that. If they are correct, I will say to write. Okay. Goodbye.